you for joining us today. Speaking on behalf of Lily Theater, my name is Trinity Matthews. Um, I'm the blogger for the website as well as a student taking vocal lessons. And today I'm joined by Jason G. And let me know if I didn't pronounce any part of your name right. But I'm just going to start off by getting to know you a little bit. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into music?
Hello. Yeah, really happy to be doing this interview. My name's Jason G. Got that name right. I was born in China. I moved to Australia when I was 10 years old, and that's pretty much when I started learning instruments. Started off on a little classical guitar, um, and then when we moved on to Berkeley, graduated about December-ish. Yeah, doing well right now. I'm a endorsed artist by Seagull Guitars, which is the one I'm holding right now. Great prices for incredible guitars. Um, and yeah, right now I specialize in songwriting as well as acoustic guitar fingerstyle playing.
Wow, that's really amazing. Has it always been guitar for you, or have you tried other things as well?
Oh, I tried saxophone when I was 5 years old, 6 years oldish. To really the whole purpose for my parents was just to like fix up my asthma that I had at the time, which kind of worked. And then there was some problem with the teacher, and I stopped taking it. But I would love to do saxophone again if I can. But yeah, it's honestly right now it's mostly being guitar. Little keys here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super exciting. Wow. So, as far from what I know about what I've heard and read on the website, you're like the Swiss Army knife of um, teachers. You do a lot of everything. And I feel like, do you think your students have opportunities to learn more than one genre?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's one of my during like my first trial lesson or the first few lessons, I get them to kind of like state a goal, right? Maybe we come up with a 6 month goal, a 3 month goal, 1 year goal, something like that. And I'll ask them what kind of genre are you listening to the most right now, and what genre would you like to learn, and etc. And yeah, I have students who learn all sorts of different genres, from straight fingerstyle, which is what I'm doing, to people who want to be just singer-songwriters, just accompanying themselves on the guitar, um, to people who exclusively wants to learn kind of classical music, classical arrangements to things. Yeah, and I do a bit of everything. Because I started off getting trained classically in Australia, and I brushed up a lot on my like contemporary chops on the fingerstyle on the internet. And I came here on Berkeley and studied a bunch of jazz. So it's just the perfect cocktail of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. What did you focus on during your years at Berkeley?
So I did a degree called professional music, which is pretty vague sounding, but it's basically you can take like classes from all the majors. So I did a lot of music production as well as songwriting classes, um, with addition to some business classes as well. But also, the guitar lessons, and um, I had to continue. But pretty much, yeah, I focused on songwriting, music production, music business.
Yeah, that's a really good spot to focus on so they can just, like you said, it's broad, but it's specific. So, that was really good. Um, so, as far as lessons go, if someone's looking for guitar lessons, what would your structure be for the different?
Sure, for like a lesson, if it's not the first lesson, I would have to go through the material from the week before. Make sure there are no bad techniques, because that will form into habits. That's really bad. As well as kind of just seeing the improvements, maybe getting out a metronome, going through the week's material, and then I'll start something new, according to their goals. according to what they told me that they want to learn. Could be an artist, could be from a movie soundtrack, anything like that. I try and find tabs, or I try and arrange an arrangement for them to learn. Um, and then at the end, questions. That's pretty much how it goes. Last week's material, this week's new material. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you do a lot of preparing it beforehand for your lessons, that's really great. So, what is one thing that you think that you're really good at as a
Um,
teacher?
probably making arrangements. Playing, yeah, playing guitar. One thing I'm probably really good at would be like performing for kind of like functions and parties. Um, really like that because I have hours and hours of repertoire kind of memorized. So that's a really good really good way to just jump into the scene and start playing songs. I have a gig today at Ashmont Farmers Market. I'm gonna play about like 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna be playing like today later in downtown Boston with a Mediterranean band. You know, those kind of performances are my forte, and what I love to do.
Wow, yeah, that's super exciting. And you it sounds like you get to perform with a lot of different groups of people. Like, so your skill ability, you have a wide range. So that's definitely something to consider, and that's really
Oh,
awesome.
thank you.
And as you're welcome, what is something as a teacher that you think from your lessons and from your students, something that you want to work on or something you want to improve?
As a teacher,
Yeah.
there's yeah, I would say as a teacher, I'm constantly kind of like looking for students to be motivated. I think that's one of the most important jobs as a teacher. Just keep your students motivated and guitar, and hopefully um, it becomes something they love and something that is not kind of like a chore to practice. So I like to keep working on that. But there's a lot of other things I need to work on musically myself as well. I need to get better at timing. Gotta, but I think the biggest thing for students, in terms of getting their motivation from, uh, right now, I have my best method is just kind of like making them look back at um, kind of the music that inspired them to do guitar lessons. Not necessarily everyone has that kind of like video or inspirational audio that they have. Some students are quite young; they probably haven't even heard much music. So in that case, I'd just say listen to more music. When taking music lessons, I think everyone should. The parents themselves should just encourage them to listen to more music in general because it started off as a hobby for me, listening to music, playing music, and I really loved it from there. So
Yeah. Um, it's a really smooth transition into what's happening next. I know that you have two songs to perform for us. Do you want to do one now and one later, or do you want to do them both now? It's up to you.
yeah, sure, I'll play one now and then one later. Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds
Yeah, I prepared a little Bee Gees tune, really hoping the Celtics uh, would have won, but they didn't. But I was planning on playing kind of this song because it's kind of a Massachusetts song. Um, it's called "How Deep Is Your Love." Here's my arrangement. I hope you enjoy.
Wow, that was so
Well,
incredible. I love that song, and I love that arrangement. I just think you did that so beautifully, so talented. It's amazing.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. Wow, so that was really nice. Um, and with that, what do you think is your favorite part about your instrument?
Oh, endless. So acoustic guitar is my favorite. Because of its versatility, right? I can still kind of play classical songs on it, and I can always rock out to it. I love the way that the instrument is hollow, and there is so many ways to kind of make percussive elements out of it, right? That's something that's really cool that can't typically do on an electric guitar, um, and also. Kind of just there's so many little creative ways into making an arrangement on the guitar. You could have an arrangement say in C, and you change the arrangement to A, and everything could be different. Your inspiration is different. The way you play might be different, and the thing that comes out will be different. And that's something I really love about the guitar. Kind of like when you transpose it, different ideas come to you.
Yeah, I love that. I love the way you said that. And I think this is motivating for me because I play guitar too, acoustic, but just watching you, I'm there's so many more opportunities than I even knew. So that's super inspiring.
Oh, great.
What makes teaching music different from teaching other things?
That's probably a good question. Um, because I haven't taught much other things in my life, I believe. But I think music to me is something that can't be crammed. A lot of things can be crammed. I did, I studied overnight for tests, and you can get good grades, probably, if you work hard enough at night. But can't do that with music ever. I tried. It's not gonna work. Performance is coming up in a week. You better get prepared. There's no way around it. You can't magically get better in a day. You can practice super hard for a day and be prepared for a performance. That doesn't work. So I think that's the most unique thing about music, is that it's this consistency that brings music.
Yeah, and it's definitely this lifelong journey. That makes sense. So what brought you specifically to Lily Theater Company?
I actually found Lily Theater Company through Berkeley Career Manager. It was a real nice site, handy for finding gigs and stuff. And yeah, saw that they were looking for guitar instructors. More than happy to do that, and they were also running a open mic, and I attended, and it was super cool. And that's pretty much when I met Dar Lily. And yeah, we started off kind of a couple weeks after, and found my first student. Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been with Lily Theater?
So I think I kind of did the audition process like probably around February, March, and my first students, yeah, came soon after that.
Yeah, that's great. So you mentioned earlier about keeping your students motivated. That was something super important. And say if one of your students is struggling to be motivated, what are some things that you would tell them, you would practice with?
Sure, yeah. So I went over kind of a few things I would do. So one if you know, listening to songs that motivated them to start
Yeah,
music, or just straight up listening to more music. Um, it's also sometimes inspiring if I can kind of play an arrangement that they really want to learn. And when it's right in front of them, it actually looks, a lot more doable than when it's on the internet, when they're trying to see it. So if I learn these arrangements, I can see that it's doable, and there's a teacher who can do the arrangement, who can teach you, and that becomes kind of a motivation for them.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
those three things will be the main weapons against
Mhm.
lack of motivation.
Do you do lessons all online, or do you do some in person as well?
I do right now actually all the lessons with Lily Theatre Company has been in person. So I drive over to their house.
That's awesome. So did you want to play your
We'd
song?
love to, yeah, I'd love to do something. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say we'd love to do some online ones as well, because kind of once you built a foundation, again, like I said earlier, you don't want to build any bad techniques from, bad habits of practicing. But once you kind of have the technique down, um, online lessons is a great option actually for guitar, surprisingly. I've been I've been taking some like private lessons of my own online, and yeah, it's been working pretty well for kind of a more intermediate slash advanced students.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I would think it would be hard doing it online, but once you get the technique, that makes sense. Did you want to play your other
Yeah,
song?
sure.
Nice.
Yeah. This one is not my arrangement, but I just thought it's a beautiful arrangement. It's by Tommy Emmanuel. The song is "Over the Rainbow." Oh wow.
Yes,
Sounds
that was.
nice. Thank you. Thank you.
So, is there anything in general when people are looking for music instructors and um, say that they were looking at you for an instructor? Is there anything else that you think would set you apart or make you different, or anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, sure. I think the thing that sets me apart, there are a few things. I think I can definitely help you with your Berkeley auditions if you're trying to get into Berkeley. Just because being through that, I've seen how they kind of audition. I can yeah, definitely give you a lot of pointers on that. Again, I'm a big fan of making my own arrangements, and I think it's fun to do that. But students don't nearly get to do enough of that, I think, in other music lessons, kind of. And I like to sometimes sometimes force my students kind of into the deep end and start arranging, and they have no idea. And honestly, after the second or third song, it's makes a lot more sense how to kind of put everything together. It was, you know, mainly it's just chords, melody, a little more percussion, and the bass line, pretty much, right? Um, Putting everything together, uh, kind of tastefully, is something that I can is my forte as well. But also, kind of, if you want to again learn a variety of different genres, right? I can do classical, uh, kind of the more GB, general business kind of stuff, on both acoustic and classical, and electric. So yeah, there's a lot to learn and not enough time.
Yeah, definitely. So what does it feel like to be graduated? What do you think is next for you with your opportunities?
Yeah, so I am attending kind of still writing songs and teaching lessons, doing gigs, but also I'm attending a couple competitions. I'm going to the Indiana State Fingerstyle competition end of July. See how we go there, and have a boot camp with Tommy Emmanuel in September, which is um, that he's the composer that made the arrangement of Over the Rainbow that I just played. Um, yeah, I love to have a meet with him, do a like workshop with him, and see him in person. It would be amazing. Um, uh, Next up, I think I'll try to obtain a artist visa, try and stay in America, and keep my thing going. Release original music and all that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That sounds like a lot of fun. There's definitely going to be plenty of opportunities for you. Um, so yeah, is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, just to all the viewers who are um, guitar students, practice. Um, don't Again, you really can't cram it. I'd much rather you practice 15 minutes a day than 24 hours for a day. Uh, that's probably unhealthy as well. So, and thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Of course, thank you so much for coming. I've really enjoyed getting to know you. And again, if anyone's interested in lessons with either Jason or any of the other instructors, you can email info@lilytheatercompany.org, and you can get situated with your first lesson. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I'm so excited that we got multiple platforms with YouTube and Instagram. So yeah, thank you, and I hope to talk to you soon, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you.